Okay, so I read for you again. We study this research problem so we can assist policymaker. So policymaker number one, I will write number one for you. And okay, one by one. Okay. One. All right. When they make decision, have teacher number two. Okay, and school official number three, to solve practical problems and provide researcher number four, with deeper understanding of the educational issue. All right. So where do we put these points in our research? We write this under the section significance of study. Okay, under the significance of the study. So if you look at my research, okay, all right. I don't know, many of you do not have the license account yet, right? You should have license account, so I don't need to accept you, admit you like this. You can just join the class automatically. Okay, this is the significance of study. So if you read this one, provide Ministry Education, Sport, Youth and Sport, okay, with current data, inform university, yeah, inform university policy maker, provide information factor affecting learner, all right, okay, and contribute approach to learner challenges. The result from the study hopefully to be the literature and fill the research void. So for my significant of study here, significant of the study here, actually my main idea is from the slide here. So here you get policy maker, you get teacher, school administrator, a researcher, and you can add one more student. Yeah. So you can use this point, this main point, or you can solve main idea and write them under significance of the study in unit 1. Okay, guys, can you follow?
Teacher,
This
this point it continue from. Is there some sentence right from this right?
Yeah, this from the
Okay,
slide.
I
Yeah, from
got
the,
it.
yeah. Do you have a textbook? No, you don't.
I do.
Okay. All right. So you can take note this one. Even this is under problem statement, but the way we write significant of study, we follow this order. Like okay, it depends on your skill in writing. So I start with Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport. I talk with then I continue with university administrator, problem supervisor, educator, anything else. So that the ways that you can use that, lesson from my slide here to construct the informations under the section significant of study. Okay, now let us continue to the next points. And if you don't have questions, and then here from a research standpoint, specify a research problem into study is important because it sets stage for the entire study. So if for your entire study from chapter 1 up to chapter 5, your central focus is on the problem. You know yourself. It is just like you know, a guiding star for you, where you want to go and collect your data and what are the implications that you can find out in order to solve the problems. So setting up a real problem is of paramount importance for that. And without knowing the research problem, readers do not know why the study is important and why they should read the study. Study here refer to the research. Right? Why you need to do the research if you don't have a clear problem, what you want to solve, what you want to find out. Okay, that you have to take into account. Okay, and this one is a distinguishing.
Teacher,
Yes.
can you yeah can you uh tell a bit about research standpoint?
Okay, research standpoint here from the research standpoint, from the research view. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Specify a research problem in your study is important, meaning to say that you cannot proceed your research without a research problem. You have to have the problem first. Okay. All right, so this is distinguishing among the topic, research problem, purpose, and research questions. This is the general research. Even in medical study, politics, whatever, they're gonna have this one. They have the topic, they have the research problem, they have the objective, and they have the research questions. The way you write this must be from general to specific. But please just take note that because I give you the contents of your research number one. So this is the content that you don't have in your textbook. You have to take note. And your assignment would begin with this one as well. So these are, you have to write 9 points in your research in chapter one. I just add during the break here. Okay, in chapter one, you have to write introductions, background of the study, problem statement, research objective, research questions, hypothesis, optional, meaning to say that for your level, you want to use it or not, it's no problem. But if you do not use this one, and then this one become 1.6, 1.7, and 1.8. Okay, guys, can you follow?
Teacher,
Yeah.
introduction and background of study is different, right?
Okay, different. Okay, background introduction, you introduce your topic. Yeah, introduce your topic, but you do not talk about their background. This one you just talk about. We use the word history or the word background. You know it in English, right? Okay, background of your topic. Okay, some people when they write about the background of the topic, they just write something about the school, the place where they do the research. No, it's not about that. Background of the study refer to the background of the topic. Now, if you talk about motivation, for example, again, and you talk about grammar learning, okay, now people don't study grammar, so grammar learning. So you talk about the background, but you don't need to give specific. I mean, too much information there. 1 page or 2 page is enough for background of the study. Background of the study is the small. I can say normally they said that this is a small, but I mean the way they explain to the student, I kind of agree with that as well. Like a small literature review. Okay, it
They
is
call
also
mini literature review, right?
yeah they call mini or small, but for me it is not in that I mean direction because literature review consists of theory and previous study. For here you can include some previous study only, something that
Teacher,
Mhm.
about your, do you include it?
For me, yeah, I include some previous study about that. Yeah. Background of the study refer to the background of your topic, not the place where you conduct the research.
Can
All
you
right.
can you show a bit?
Oh, you want to see mine?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, here. Background of the study start with something as an introduction, the second and until yeah, okay, until investment most of Cambodia, and then Cambodia here. This is English for something, and then Cambodian both express actions because my one is on spoken English skill. So then I will go one by one up to school institute. Okay, I start this one from grade seven. What hand English has become the first foreign language. Very long. I wrote very long one. And
And you
until,
also have another literature review, right?
oh, okay, this one is in chapter one. Literature review is in chapter two.
Teacher, I, I,
Yeah.
I raise I raise up one point. I raise up one point.
Okay.
I think it's not only me and other new research student as well.
Yeah.
When they ask to write a research proposal, like what I sent you, I think they may have a problem with it, and I experienced that as well. Because that's why I ask you is that we have to write the introduction and then we have to write the research background again. because I think that introduction of the topic and research background is the same. That's why I asked you like that. And then
This
if
is
you
in,
said like yeah, I don't know what to write.
okay. Don't know what to write. It sounds confusing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You are right. Too many people they choose either one. Normally they don't have interaction. They start with background of the study. But the introduction here, you just talk something in general about English in our countries, in our societies, and then from the general, okay, to specific, to something specific. Somebody just joined the class. Wait a moment, please. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'll rejoin. Okay, from general to specific about your topic. You get it or not? Just
Yeah.
like just like the way I gave you feedback on your research, you start with something like that, and then you should have what we call all the subject of focuses, and then you select one among them, and then you finish. You're gonna one you select that one, you talk a little bit more about that one, give some reason, finish. That is introduction. But background of the study refer to background of your topic.
I think I don't include it in my research proposal that I
But
sent to
that's
you.
okay, it's still you please don't take what we learn here as standard for everywhere. Because every school it
Oh,
has its own standard.
but they also
Yeah, every school has its own standard. If you come to I mean to the
hello
BU
young
library
man.
here, you will see books and everything. They are all of them start with different things. Sometimes they start with introduction and background of the study. Sometimes they start with background of the study. Some students they start with problem statement and they don't have background of study introductions. But in here we have a standard. We want you to have this. We want you to follow this step. Okay, please don't worry. Once you have the topics, I'm going to give you work to do it and give you work to do it, and then I'm gonna correct you your work and gonna give you feedback based on your topic as well. All right. Okay. Okay, and introduce your topic, background of your study, problem settlement is what we are talking about right now. That is the most important. That requires some technique to do. That's why you need to study. But for introduction, background of study, no need. Just the way you introduce your topic and give some background on your topic, just like you talk about yourself, like now, where have you done? I mean, where did you study? Where have you worked so far? This is something, I mean, background about you yourself. And the topic of your research also the same thing. It must have some backgrounds, okay, from that. Okay, then research objective. From this, you can create some objective from your uh, problem from your research topic. Research objective here must be from your topic, and this one you don't need to care so much because once you do the research, once you do the assignments, you're gonna make the topics and whatever. Once you send to me, I'm gonna give you feedback. This one must be actually all of this must be practical. You have to practice it, and then you get feedback, and after that you can understand. If you don't practice them, it is very difficult to explain to you. Just like I'm talking about heaven and you are here in on earth, you know. Okay, and significant of study is the points that I raise up when we're talking about this one. Okay, you have to break this one down and explain to the reader how important is the topic for each of them. Okay, for the policy makers, for the teachers, for the student, for the school, okay, for the country, you can say.
Teacher, I'm back. At the moment, I was locked out,
Okay, okay.
but I got
And
your
limit
point.
Yeah, okay. And now we are going to limitation of the study. And limitation of the study here, your research is in general, but you have to put limitations there. So your limitation is based on, you will learn how to write limitation based on your research method, right? Based on the research method, based on time, place. Actually, place is in research method already. So for example, if your research method is quantitative, too much, to what degree you can conclude you can give the conclusion. Uh, and if you do on quantitative, what kind of conclusion can you make? So that would be under limitation of the study. And definition of key term is the most easy one to understand, but it's a little bit difficult to do it. A significant of sorry, definition of key term, you only select the key term from your research. If you look at mine here, so if you look at my topic, you see, learning challenges, and then motivation towards spoken English skill among Cambodian TESOL undergraduate student. So you see motivation, you see learning challenges, and you see spoken English skill. And then if you look at my significant of study, sorry, if you look at my uh, definition of key term, so I have this one, learning challenges. It must be there because this is the key term. You have to explain what does it mean in your research. First, you have to talk about something, what other people define it, and then how do you define it in your research. And you see here, if you read through to the, I would do this and make it small. Okay, I put them together. If you read this one, this is the way I define myself. Therefore, learning challenges in the study, so in my study, refer to individual differences and English spoken difficulty. You see? So what I mean by learning challenges here, I refer to uh, individual differences and English speaking difficulty. And then I have to explain what do I mean by level of L2 proficiency. So some people they confuse with the reason this is not in my topic, but I have to explain here because it is important to do so. This word is controversy. If I say proficiency, they refer to IELTS test, TOEFL test. So I say level of proficiency refer to the year differences that the student are taking. It includes all the 4 years of undergraduate, first year, second year, third year, and the fourth year. All right, so this is the level of proficiency. And I have to explain individual differences and motivation or cause I have to do so. Spoken English skill I have to explain a little bit. TESOL undergraduate I have to explain as well, and then I give a short summary even. So you also can give a summary here. This chapter provides an overview of the importance of spoken English skill in modern world, especially in Cambodia nowadays. It also indicates the lack of spoken English skill due to some common belief, which leads to problem settlement. Okay, which led to a problem statement from which the study's objective and question are derived. So here, questions, objective and question derive mean they come from problem statement. The rationale and significance of the study are relevant to the current situation in Cambodia. Finally, the definition of key terms are written based on the literature. So this one is the summary of my chapter 1. So whatever chapter I do, I have a summary. Summary is not conclusion. Summary, you just outline the points that you have done throughout the chapter. Okay, guys, any question with this point? Okay, so now we finish
No
chapter.
question.
Okay, this chapter 1, you are going to do this with your group member. Okay, do you remember your number now? Now we go back to our assignment. So I follow your suggestions. Oh, but now only 26 students. And you can take note of the number for them as well. Oh, but how can we do this? We can only do this with the student who are here, right? If you are not in the class, how can I put you in group? Cannot.
Right. Oh, teacher, you can suggest them into any group like that.
Okay, so then I would make the one group, and then those who are absent, I will. It would be best on me to put you in the group. Okay? Do you agree, everyone? Ra, right. Okay, agree or not? No, you can. Okay, I repeat again. Do you agree? You must confirm, you know.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. So now I click on create group, and then we'll see your names there. I will add there. If those who are absent, I will put them based on which group they should go. Okay, now let's go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, why it takes so long time? Okay. Group 1. Let's look at group 1 first. Okay, group 1 we have Bun Lư. Yeah. We have Martine. We have Sang Vira. We have Marie. So we have 4 students. This is group 1. How about group 2? Group 2 we have Ratha, Traling, Soki, and Masa. And group 4, group 3, sorry. Group 3 we have Bon Thưn, Sopon, Chang Chang, Marie. Group 4. Group 4 we have Chan Mau, Kam Ha, Yani, Kimchi. Okay. Group 5. Group 5 we have Naran, Athana, Italy. Oh, only 3 here. And then group 6. We have Sopo, Sari, Lakana. Oh, how about group 7? Okay, group 7. We have Thena, Saradi, and Puknan. Okay, now should I add? Let me add. So who are absent? I have to check who are absent first. So from here, I don't see my story. Okay, and I don't see who else absent today. Oh, Sukthi also absent, and okay, and then Somali also absent. Burida also absent. Tai Bunsiang also absent. Correct or not, everyone? So here there are 25.
What about Solida, teacher? Is that
Oh,
Solida here?
Solida also absent, right? Oh wow. Second session, a lot of student absent. Okay, Solida. Oh, Daria also absent. Yeah.
I think so.
And Khi Lekana also absent.
Ừ, teacher khi lại cái này mới đưa chúng nó lời tay.
That one run Lekana, I think.
Oh, I don't know for sure now.
Yeah, here we have. Okay. We have run Lekana also not here.
Ran lại cái này my group.
Oh, in your group, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, you have, okay. So here there are 25 students, so there would be 10 students absent. Oh, we have 2 more who are absent. Smai Borai. Borai also absent.
I think more of them have the problem with the internet connection.
Yeah, I know. They got problem with internet connection because it's heavy rain here. And okay, okay. So now let me add some of you. Now, group number one, Bunlu, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Bunlu, Martine, Sangvira, and Marie, and you can add one more student, which is this one. I would add Bun Sieng for you, so you can write down the name.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
Bun Sieng, group number one. Okay, number two, we have Rotha, Traling, Soki, uh, Masa, and one more is Solida. Okay, Rotha, can you hear me?
Hello, teacher. It seems like it cut off at the moment. Could you please repeat, sir, please?
Okay. In your group, there are four already now here. Member, you,
Yeah,
Traling, Soki, Masa, and I add one
yeah,
more student for you is Solida. You can take note.
yeah, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And group number three, we have Pai Bonthun, Sopon, So Chang Chang, and Riet Marie. And one more student that I add for you would be Chet Chan Sothia.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Bonthun. Okay, now group number four, we have Chan Mau, Kam Ha, Yani, Kimchi. Okay, for this group, I would like to add uh, Mr. Burira. Okay, can you confirm from your group, Chan Mau? Or... Okay, Mr. Burira, take note, all right? Okay, and then group number five. Okay, number five, we need two more. Anaran, Atana, Italy. Aaron, Atana, Italy. So I want to add, okay, okay. So who should I add for you? Oh, Ran Lekana, so Ran Lekana with you. Okay, sorry. And how about, wait a moment, please. How about Chomran? Chomran is in the class or not? Absent as well. So, okay, your group, Naran, would be with Chomran. Hello?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Chomran and my story. Okay, right. Okay,
Yes.
now we continue to the next one. We have Sopor, Marie, and Lekena. So we have to add two member as well. So two member for you would be Ki Lekena, and Sien Samali. Okay, Sopor.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, and the last group we have uh, Daria, and one more option. I don't know. I cannot find. How about Yani? Yani? Oh, Yani is not absent. Okay, so one more who is absent, which I cannot find here. How about Run Sari? Run Sari is in the class or not?
Sorry, my group.
Oh, okay.
She's my
Oh
group.
my God. And how about one more Marie? Ruth Marie. Okay, we don't have Ruth Marie here. So Ruth Marie.
Teacher, my Marie is in my group.
Okay. Sorry, because I cannot see this well. So I add only one student into your group first. Pugnan. I would add Daria. Okay, so someone has no group gonna join yours. It's supposed to be five in each, so you have four first. Now you have your group members. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Congrats. We will have you one clap here. All right. Okay, now, so I will just close it.
So my group will be group 6, right? I want to confirm that again to make it sure.
Okay, group 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, happy. So we're done with that one. We can continue our lesson. Okay, you first you can think of the topic. Each members in the group, each member in the group can draft the topic, and you can send one or two to the group leader. You can choose the leader, and then the group leader can send your topic to me. When I see the topic, I will, if you have only one or two or three, I will choose the best one and modify it for you to be a researchable topic. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, very good. And you have 1 week to do it. Okay, 1 week to do it from now until a week. Okay. Okay, so now you can ask me questions anytime. Please feel free and open to ask me question. I am not that hard to talk.
Teacher,
Yes?
I may ask for some confirmation. Can I?
Yes, please.
So you just uh give us a group. You just group us, right?
I only
You
group you.
don't. Okay.
And and
You
and
you
one
don't
more thing
you don't
that I
tell
would
us
like to
what to do.
know, what to do here, I already just said. I said that you discuss among yourself, choose your group leader, and you can propose some topics. I will read and modify it for you to be a researchable topic. You get what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's what I want you to do in your group, among your group. Okay, thank you very much. Uh, sometimes when you propose the topic to me, group number 1 and group number 6 may have similar topic. So I gonna modify them into a different ones. It possible you may have similar like that. But that's okay. So now 1 week you can do that. Next week, before we start class, I'm going to ask you whether you have the topics or not. Once you have the topic, you can proceed with uh, this content, right? This order, and then you update me every week. I will see the progress, and if everything good, smooth, I don't need to do any homework or quiz anything else. We only do the research. And if you follow the course and what I request you to do properly, and then we don't need to have midterm or anything else. You get what I mean, everyone? Just do the book and research. You get
Okay.
for the whole thing.
I
So
do
you don't
that.
need to
I
worry
got that.
about homework assignment or anything else. Just do this research and then done for all for the course.
Okay, so for this term, there's no homework, no midterm, right?
Uh
No, just have only one
okay. Oh
assignment.
wow. You just come to the conclusion very soon. I said that if everything goes smoothly, meaning to say that you follow what I request you to do.
Teacher,
Yeah.
if that's so, I'm really happy.
All right. Okay, now thank you very much. So now let's continue. We can talk about that later on, and whatever you progress with your research in each point, please let me know.
Teacher.
Always available for you. Yeah. What is it?
Teacher.
Yep.
Excuse me. You give us each group 1 week to find only one topic or several topic.
In your group, you have. No, I mean, each group. Yeah, in your group, you discuss among your group members. Okay. So you may come up with one, two, or three topics because you have different members may have different ideas to do the research on. So when you have 4 or 5 topics in one group, in your group, for example, you propose it to me. I will check which one is researchable and if I should correct or rectify it for you or not. So when I finish, I'm gonna return the topic to you. I said, okay, you follow with this one. Then you can continue with chapter 1.
Thank
Okay,
you,
Michelle?
teacher.
Okay, you discuss among your member. Okay, any more questions? Oh, Mr. Bonsian and Borita, they still studying or they already stopped? Hello?
They
They are still studying teacher.
Yeah, but they have absence for 2 weeks already now with my subject. But I don't know them, right? What happened? Okay. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue our lesson. A common error in stating a research problem. So what we are talking here more on in 1.3, everything here. So common error in stating a research problem. Poor model. The research intends to identify research problem must instead present it as a purpose statement. Like the purpose of this study is to examine the education of the women in the third world. And if you look at the improved model, actually the same thing, but this one improved better. Women in third world continues are restricted from attending university and college because of cultural oriented and practical norms of their society. So this one, why this is improved? Because we know exactly what your problem on. You see, because of what? Restriction from educations because of cultural oriented. This is one problem. And what is it? Okay, practical is one. Practical norms, we refer to the norms similar to cultural and of their society. So this is more specific than the first one. So the first one, to examine the education of women in the third world. You examine on what? On education, right? On the third world. But in education is very broad. What are you really looking to? So for this one, we have the restriction, we have the problem. Why women are restricted to attend the university? What happened? What are the barrier for them, you know, to be able to attend university? So you specify to the cultural oriented and the norm. You do not talk about economic, you know, they come from poor family or whatever, or you do not talk about what we call social oriented. But this one we have cultural oriented is also include with social oriented. Therefore, the second one, it is a better problem statement because it is more specific. It tells the reader what you are going to focus on throughout your research. And please don't worry, we do not expect you to be the best, you know. Remember that. What I want to see from you is your progress. Once you write introduction, background, or study, you submit to me. I see your progress, I correct, and I send you back. If you don't do your job, that make you difficult and trouble. But if you do your job, everything is smooth and easy for you because whatever mistake you make,
Teacher,
I'm gonna give you feedback. Yeah, yeah.
let me ask you again. This
Mhm.
week we just discussed to find out any topic, right? And then send to you,
Yes, no need to write
right?
anything, just only the topic and send it to me.
Okay, I got your point.
Okay. And once you send it to me, I want you to, for the first message that you send to me should be uh, this one, group 6. And these are our group member. And these are our topics. Please help us to select one. Okay, can you do that?
So so we have to choose many topic or just one?
It depends on you. You have to discuss among your group members. If you, I
Okay.
don't think you want to propose two for yourself because even one you need
Yeah.
to discuss. So you one each of you should have one or two of you have one. Then you have one or two. You know, yeah. Okay, then we may make like a group on Telegram as well. I will just group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, and so on. I just want to inform you that if you do well with your group here, for year 4 semester 2, you are going to work together again. I just put we in the same group and you continue from that. Okay, guys? So we're gonna have Telegram for that as well.
If it's not well,
If
it's
it's
not
not well,
go
let's see,
smooth.
let's see, let's see. I will
Oh.
check it. Yeah, because sometimes you are not happy to work with each other. Now, if you are working hard, I don't think you're gonna have complaint. But unless one one does a lot and one doesn't do anything at all. They don't care, busy all the times, never sacrifice anything for the group. I think there would be some problem, Yeah. Okay. If there's
Yes,
some problem, and then
sure.
we will take some action toward that. And if there's no problems, we will consider based on. Actually, it's all about you and your group. So, and now you are in year four semester one. So only to year four semester one, year four semester two, you complete your bachelor degree. If you try your best to do well, one day you want to continue to study in for the postgraduate, even in English, even in business, even in other fields, you're gonna be well, oriented with the research, and you can do well, and you don't have problem because you know how to conduct the research. And that would be important. So please try your best to be part of the learning process. Thank you. Okay,
Hello,
these are
teacher.
yeah. Hello.
I just want to ask you, could you like explain us a little bit more how to find a good topics um uh like in the first session system mastery raise up the example, it's just like problem like this. How can we find a good one?
Don't worry. I just want you to do it in your group. You propose them to me. I will read and give you feedback. When I give you feedback, if I change anything of yours, I'm gonna give you reason. By that time, you're gonna know very well how to select and write a good result topic. But now you haven't done it yet. You haven't think about them yet. You haven't come up with a result topic yet. If when I give you the example, it would be based on my own experience and the topic that I have chosen. It's not from you. If it is from you, you're gonna have very practical questions to ask me. Teacher, why? Why you change to this? Why you change to that? Why my one is not correct? Okay? Why your one is researchable? Those questions are practical based on your own topic. And I'm going to give you the answer on that as well. Okay, Pungnan?
Yeah, okay, teacher.
There is no right or wrong topic now. You just discuss among your group member and then come up with that and submit to me. It is good if you can create. I don't need to create a group on Telegram. You can create and you put only your member in and including me there. So once you discuss with your friends there, and if you have problem, you can raise the question there. And you can communicate with your friends in that small group as well. If you communicate with your group members in the big group as a class like this, it's going to be disturbing to the other members or other students and teacher as well. So if you create one group and discuss among yourself, even you are somewhere else, you can keep talking to each other all the times. Be open, right, and talk to each other. You are learning in order to be better off, not to be alone or to be quiet. Don't try to be alone. You have to be in group and discuss together. Okay, thank you. A common error is stating a problem. Okay, the same thing. This is another example. A research intends to write about the research problem, but instead identify research question. This is research question. The research question is the study. Some people, they like to write a question in the problem statement. I don't know why. Many people like to do that. That is a mistake. You can raise up the problem, but the problem must not be a research problem, a research question. Research question is different. So for this one, they put the research question under the problem statement. What factor influence homesickness in college school? It's not happening in Cambodia because Cambodia we don't stay in school. For me, when I was a student, I stay on campus. I was kind of homesick alone in the room. I did not have any. I cannot cook food. I cannot do anything. I have to go out and eat all the times. No. Even go that time I went exercising alone, walk alone, everything alone, right? So okay, very homesick. Okay, but improve model. Okay, version as this. Okay, one student get homesick, they leave school and start missing classes, leading to student attribution of attrition or poor achievement in classes during their first semester of college. So you transfer whatever in the research in the question here to the positive one, and you make it clear. You what focus do you want to be on? Like, see, home sickness is a major issue on college campuses today. When students get homesick, so when students get homesick, they leave school or start missing classes. You see the problem? They homesick, so they are absent from the classes. And then when they are absent from the classes, their achievement is poor. Yeah. So you want to find out, kind of solution to have them not to be homesick, have them to be participated in the class. So that is the research all about. That is why improve model. But the first one, you just raise the questions. You don't give detail about it. Okay, then we go to the next one. Can and should problems be researched? So can you gain access to people outside? So when you think about the topic or about the problem, you have to think about the sample. Like my story, she raised up, she said her sample, the people here refer to in research we call sample, yeah, or participant. I think you can take note, participant. Participant, how can you spell participant? I'm very poor at English.
P A N T teacher. Is that correct?
PANT, right? Okay, participant, you can call participant or respondent. Respondent. Okay, respondent. Okay, people refer to respondent. For my story is not in the class. Maybe let's see. Yeah, my story and okay, so participant here, for her is high school student. High school student or high school teacher. So I don't know what she want to do on. So teacher. So
I think both.
yeah, okay, it both, all right, it both, if you choose both. So then you ask yourself a question, can you gain access to them or not? If you want to do the research at high school, can you assess them or not? Which high school can you assess? You have to ask yourself question like that. And sometimes you have very good research questions, and you know where you should go for the research to collect the data, but you are not allowed to go there. Then you have to change as well, because you are not an independent researcher, you are a student, so you need to, sometimes problem is hard to be solved by you. If you are an independent researcher, then that is a different story. Okay, can you find times, locate resources, and use your skill within that problem? Do you have enough time? Like one of my classmates, her name is Vivian, and she did the research on digital storytelling. Digital storytelling, and her supervisor said that, oh, this topic is sorry sorry. Okay, this topic is interesting, and she really want her student, her supervisor really want her to do it, but she said that you have to think, you have only 6 months. You have only 6 months. And they asked, where are you going to collect the data? And she said that, oh, I want to collect my data in my country, Vietnam. The Thames is in Malaysia, so she want to collect the data in Vietnam, and then collect the data. She have to fly back to Vietnam, and because of digital storytelling is experimental research, so she had to do the experiment in for 3 months. 3 months, and then she said that, oh, now it's already 2 months. How can you finish the research? And then his supervisor asked a lot of questions. He said, no, should not go with this topic. You don't have enough time. Okay, you have resources, but you don't have enough time. And her supervisor, we believe in your skill. You are capable to do it, but the problem with times. And then he said that, oh, if you want to do the research on this topic, you should wait until you go to PhD. Because PhD, you have more than a year to write the research. Okay, right. So that is important. All right. Any question with this, everyone? So when you have research problem, you have to think of these two questions for you. All right. Is it time enough or whatever? So if it's enough for you, you can do it. If it's not enough,
Teacher,
yes.
without going to college, without go example like you said that until we pursue our study to PhD and then we can do that. But without going to there, can we just do it or cannot?
Oh, you for like you want to do PhD in other country and you don't want to go there.
No, no. I mean that if example like she really passionate in that topic. She really
Mhm.
want to do it, but she doesn't want to pursue her study to PhD class. So can she do that?
Uh, as a dependent researcher, you can do it. But if you study under supervisor, you have to follow your supervisor, just like you suppose. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to follow your supervisor. You cannot go
Mm.
against the supervisor. If you want to go against the supervisor, you have to change your supervisor. You have to work with other. You get it? All right.
Yes, teacher.
If other agree, okay, you can go with that. But the supervisor is concerned for her. You cannot. You cannot. You have to do. You cannot do that topic. If you do that topic, it take more times. So that's why now she already completed her master degree. She's 3 years younger than me, but she completed her master degree with me. Okay, any more questions?
Thank you. There's no more question for me.
Okay, so then we can go to 5 ways to assess whether you should research a problem. So we talk about problems, sorry, research problem all the time here. So first, number one, study the problems if your study will fill the gap or voice in the existing literature. So fill the gap meaning to say that just like you do the exercise, right? Number one, and then you fill in the gap. So you fill the gap mean something that people haven't done it or people cannot do it, and then you have them to fill the gap. You have them to understand what problem. Uh, it can be anything else. It can be like, for example, assume that a researcher examined the literature on the ethical climate on a college campuses and find that past research has examined the perception of students but not faculty. So you see, this is the gap. Oh, oh, boy. Yeah, internet's problem. Watch the video again. Okay, so now what do you mean by the gap here? So they did the research on this topic, but they survey from the student only. See, they say perception of the student, perception, the way the student think on this topic. So then the researcher draw conclusion from what they have found, but they haven't right asked, or they haven't interviewed, or they haven't given the questionnaire to the faculty member. Faculty member can be school administrator, can be teacher, right? Can be director. So this is the gaps that the past researcher missing. So for you, if you want to fill up the gap, you can do the research, the same topic, but on these people. And then you can put these two together. You're gonna get the complete one. Understand? Hello? Oh, what happened now? Very quiet.
Because I don't
Dạ.
know what what to ask you. Should
Okay, you
start
don't know
from
what to
where?
ask. Okay. If you don't know what to ask, do you understand what I'm talking to you here or explaining to you?
Teacher,
À,
honestly, know about this point.
No, okay. Okay, now again, I do it again for you. Study the problem if your study will fill the gap or voice in the existing literature. I give you my personal research. So this one, my subject I write for you again. This is topic challenges or learning. Okay, learning challenges. Learning challenges and motivation towards spoken English skill. English skill for undergraduate student. Okay, and you found that a lot of people they done the research. For me here, I done the research on this one. You see my topic on student. And a lot of other researchers, they also done the research. Some of them done the research on motivation and learning achievement on student. Some of them learning challenges on student. Some of them similar topic to me, like speaking difficulties on student. But never anyone do the research on teacher. Yeah, you don't see anyone do the research on teacher. Just like the problem that we try to find here is only 70 or 50% here from the student learning difficulty and motivation. How about this one? Teacher here. Don't you want to get the idea from them? So if you do if you change the topic, learning challenges and motivations toward spoken skills, you can say you can change the perception of English teacher on student learning motivation and achievement. Actually, the perception of teacher, okay, of teachers on student learning English or on student motivations. The topic, the new topic derive from the old topic, but the focus is on the teachers, not on the students. And this research respond or help the first research to be complete, because the first topic it is only like okay on the student side. We don't have a complete one, but complete must be teacher and student, for example. Okay, can we you follow that? That is called a gap.
Trời anh vô lê.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I don't know. I
Okay,
don't
okay,
know
okay.
why I can follow this point.
Now, do you know the word gap? Gap, do you know
Teacher,
the yeah?
as you explained at the moment, sometimes if it is a big topic, it can be a big topic that
It can be big and small, but you know, in the research, each research is. Let me go back to the content. What I asked you to do in chapter one, we have limitation of the study. So limitation of the study is the weaknesses of the research, meaning to say that whatever you found in your research is only be generalized in the box here. The box here is the limitation for you. So you cannot talk about outside the box here. Yeah. So in order, okay, you say that okay, the box here is not that good box. The good box have to add something here, add here. So something that you add here, you feel like okay, this is the gap that you need to complete. That is called the gap. Now I give you another example from sorry, what we discussed.
teacher.
Like
Normally, when we got a topic, the professors or the teachers will give like the limitation of the pages that we can write, or
no, not the teacher. Use the one who write the limitations, but the number of pages is determined by the school. The school has the guideline for you to write. Like for bachelor level, must be at least 50 pages. Yeah.
okay.
And we don't write in the limitation that okay the research is around 50 pages. No, this is not about that. It's not about the number. It's not about the format. The limitation of the research must be based on the research methodology, the natures of your question, and your sample, your participant. You know, it cannot be based on the format. We have format and content. Okay, now let's talk about my story. So my story, she want to talk about teaching strategy. Okay, teaching strategy. And one more is course book. Okay, my story is absent, but we talk about her a lot, right? Is he come back or not yet? No, not yet. Okay, course book. And I said that, okay, teaching strategy and course book. Okay, maybe my story want to do the research on teachers only. Yeah. So she get the data from the teacher, not data variant, okay, guys. Data from the teacher, and then she draw conclusion. Her conclusion for the research. She published her books or his research paper. And then suppose you feel like, okay, you just do the research on the teacher. How about student? Yes. Don't you want to know what do the student feels on the course? Is it difficult for them? Or they do not study well because of they are lazy, or because they don't want to participate in an English class? They want to become a lawyer, and then they don't need to study English. They want to become a businessman, so they feel like English is not important. That's why they don't study English. Don't you want to know anything from the student about that topic? So one you find that this is called the gap of the, and the gap here normally can be found in the research I show you. Now, where can you find the gap in other people research? You look at this one. So first, you can look at the limitation, but I don't suggest you to do it because limitation is very short. I want you to look at the chapter 5 of other people research called recommendation for future study. So recommendation for future study here is just like the gap that the researcher asks other people to have to fill in.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I got your point.
Oh my God, I got sore throat, you know. Okay.
If you said like this before, I think I may understand because I also include the recommendation in mine.
Mm. I don't
If you
know.
said the recommendation is just like the gap, and then I think I understand this point.
Sometimes, yeah, it can be a gap for you to do the research on, but sometimes the research itself are not capable enough to recommend any new topic for you. Okay, so that you have to read and find out by yourself. That's what I try
Okay,
best to explain to you. It doesn't mean that all researcher can recommend new topic for you, but you can see here how
I
I
got
recommend.
it.
Yeah. A researcher in Cambodia review the finding of the study, so I should ask all of them to read and start prepare longitudinal, what can you read this one? Longitudinal study involve bigger sample. So I want them to spend more time, so maybe 1 years, and involving bigger sample throughout Cambodia, not just in Battambang. So the student that when I did the research, I only did in Battambang, not in Phnom Penh, not in Siem Reap. So I want other people to do so. You see, these are the things that they can pick up from my study. Use similar topic, but different scope, different limitations for the study. This is called the recommendation for the few study that you can just use and for the research. It may be a gap, right? It may be not a gap, and you have to read more and find out the gap more by yourself.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Now I understand.
Okay, how about other students? Okay. Okay, now study the problem if your study replicate a past study but examine different participant or different research sites. So replicate here means copy, right? So if you like to read books or you like to read a research paper, and then you find one interesting research paper, right? Interesting research paper. You like the topic very much, and you want to do the research and that topic. You see, this topic is have done in for example, in uh, USA, just say USA, for example, by Harvard University. You love that topic very much and you want to do it in Cambodia. You can do it, no problem. But because they said that different side, mean different place. So you just say that in your problem statement is similar to the problem statement, and then you want to replicate the research and you want to see the result in Cambodia, whether it is the same with what they have found in the other country or not. You also can do that. That is also a problem statement. Okay, for example, past research conducted in a liberal arts college can be tested or replicated at other sites, such as a community college or a major research university. Informations from such a study will provide new knowledge. So you see, you found one research paper or thesis from other countries, and you want to do it in Cambodia. You want to see whether it is true in Cambodia as what they found or not. Okay, if you found out something similar or different, that would add to the knowledge based on the similar topic, the topic that you interested in. How about this one? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, replicate, just only copy.
Teacher,
Yeah,
this one is a replicate,
yeah,
replicate,
yeah.
replicate the past study.
Replicate the past
This,
study
this,
mean
this
to
one can be called the historical topic.
not really historical, not really so long, you know. Sometimes the topics is our that uh historical topic. So history is very long, you know. Even in the study, they use the word background, not the history of the
I I
study.
I feel like I familiar with that word.
Replication. Sometimes you see people in Phnom Penh, they have done the research on particular topic, and you use the same topic, but you do the research in Battambang here. That is also called replicate. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Number three, study the problem if your study extends past research or examines the topic more thoroughly. You also can use the old one if you feel like, if you think that your study can extend or examine more thoroughly. This one precisely, like something like that, precisely, clearly. Okay, for example, in our illustrations on ethical climate, all those research exist on ethical climate. It is now need to be extended to the situation in which students take exam, because taking exam pose many ethical dilemmas for students. Okay, this example may be difficult for you. So I may say this now. We talk about CLT in teaching English. A lot of people have done the research in the same topic, CLT, but right now we do the class online, learning and teaching online. How can we apply CLT online? You see, you extend the knowledge. First, CLT apply in the class. You get it or not? Now, how about online? You want to extend something from being in the class to online. How do you do with CLT online? That is extensions of what they have found. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
we finish number 4 and 5, and then we can relax for 1 week. Okay, relax for 1 week. Okay, study the problem. If your study give voice to people silent, not heard. Okay, people, your research add to knowledge by presenting the idea and the words of marginalized. Example, the homeless women disadvantaged bottom billions or individual. For those who had to assess, you know, you cannot, people normally they don't assess uh, I mean it is hard for you to assess those sample, those participants, and you want to do the research on that topics, but you want to go to that particular place. Like one of my master student, they did the research on special educations, special educations, how to teach uh, them reading, I guess. You see, special education, sometimes they are blind, sometimes they are what we call mute, they are deaf, okay, they are disabled. But how do you teach them reading? So a lot of people do have done the research on the effectiveness of teaching method on blah blah blah. But for her, she want to actually she did the research on special education teachers and students, and she found out a lot of things how they have been teaching the student what other methods should be applied. I think her research is new here in Cambodia, in Battambang here. Okay, how about you guys? Are you interested in doing the research there or not? If you have no background or no knowledge about special education, then you cannot do the research on them. Number 5, study the problem if your study inform practice. A study of ethical issue in a college setting may lead to a new honor code, new policy about cheating on exam, new approaches or administering tests. So you want to check the policy, the school policies on attendance, for example, or scoring criteria. As you know that be bright for participation, 5 mark attendance, 5 mark homework, 10 mark assignment, 20 mark midterm, 20 mark final, 40 mark, and you want to see whether this criteria is good to evaluate the students learning or not, learning achievement or not. Now if they get 89, do they really get 89? You want to check that. That is called informed practice. Okay, any questions?
Teacher,
Mhm.
I feel like the 5 point you talk at the moment, I really familiar with that. But the last study that I study about it, they talk about comparing issue, also research gap, like what you raise up, and
Mhm.
also the location that you raise up at point number 2. But I
Yes.
don't know if the same or not. But I just seem like it familiar.
Okay, that's good. Meaning to say that you have knowledge and you don't review them often. That's why you cannot forget them and you cannot remember
No,
them.
no, teacher, it's not mean like that. But just I get the knowledge is not clear. The point that I get from my teacher is not clear.
Mhm. How
Yeah,
about now? Is it
that's
clear?
why it's now it can be 90%,
Oh,
not 100% clear.
yeah. Okay, don't worry. Once you do the research, it's gonna be 100% clear. You're gonna get more feedback there. It is more than my
Okay.
expectation that you get up to 90%. I thought you get only 40 or 50%. All right.
Teacher, can you kindly drop your slide to our group?
Ah, drop my slice.
Please don't. Yeah, please don't say, oh, wait until we finish the lesson because I just want to read through it.
Oh, how about the book? We also give you the same book. Is it the same or different?
I'm not open the book yet. That's why I don't
Ah,
know.
no, you have to open the book. It is the same. Why you need slide?
I don't give you any excuse, but honestly, this week I'm very busy. But I
Uh,
think next week is okay.
yeah, okay, I can send you, but I send you in the form of PDF, not a PowerPoint.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just want to let you know that the books that we uh, gave you here, the same like what I am doing, what you see on my slide. And this is the
It's
first.
the same. No need to send it her. I
Oh,
have
the
book
same,
in
the
my
same.
hand.
Nothing
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
But sometimes I add, like some slide here, I add when I teach you before I teach you, I add something like this. Like this slide I add here, this one I add, and and This one I also add here. Okay, so I have to update something when I feel before I teach you, I have to read, and something that I feel like I should add, then I add for you.
So I think I may need your slide.
Okay, that's okay. I can send you anytime when today, and after I complete, I also send you again because from now after we complete, we still have more day to be with each other, and there will be something updates there as well. And the books that the school gave you here is the first edition. Actually, I just prepared a slide like this, and I did not make it as a book. And this is you are the first generation who have the book of research methodology. Promotion 13 they didn't have, promotion 12 they didn't have, promotion 11 they had, but they didn't have actually, but they also have, but the books that they learn and the practice are completely different, and you are lucky to have that one now. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You study well. If you have questions, you can send me on Telegram, or you can wait until next week. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. Bye bye for now, everyone. Good luck. Stay
Goodbye,
safe.
Thank
teacher.
you, teacher. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone. Okay, bye bye.